Good morning, guys. It is around 9:15, 9:30ish on Thursday, April 29th. There's my beautiful wife. Busy day today. We took the day off yesterday, and so today, right from the get-go, we just got busy. Yesterday, I made some dough to rise overnight. So, as you can see, we got some delicious-looking bread there. There we go. There's a nice shot right there. Some delicious bread. Right now, Priscilla is over here. She is making some soup stock. I guess that's what we're going to call it, soup stock. We actually used bones and vegetables in this stock.
And vegetable skins.
Vegetable scraps.
Yeah.
Vegetable scraps that we had saved and put in the freezer. And we actually used a giant stock pot that I inherited, basically.
Yeah.
I think it goes something up to like 15 quarts.
Yes it does.
So we threw that in, all that stuff into there, filled it to the top, and just let it cook all day.
Yeah.
One day, a few days ago.
It was torture. It was. You start at like 9 in the morning.
Yeah, I started early in the morning.
It was torture the whole day.
So now we have a stock that smells just like chicken soup. Like it smells so good.
And the color is absolutely beautiful.
So some other stuff that we got going on right now. I'm in the process of doing some sauerkraut. Homemade sauerkraut. So the sauerkraut, right here I got a nice big bowl. This was actually about half a head. Basically I am going with this size bowl filled with cabbage and 2 tablespoons of, I got some canning pickling salt. 2 tablespoons of the salt, and basically I'm going to let it sit for about 10 minutes and then I'm going to mash it down with a little wooden spatula. But that's basically all there is to sauerkraut, and then you just put it in the can. I'll show you guys. I wasn't going to do like a tutorial video on sauerkraut. I'm not going to. I'm kind of just going to run it through real quick. If you guys want to see that more in depth, let me know. But it's really hard to screw it up. If you screw it up, you'll know. It'll be moldy, or the smell will be so wretched you're not going to want to eat it anyway. So some other fun projects that we got going on. Right in here. Oh yeah, that's the good stuff right there. That is our sourdough starter that we started once again. So that sourdough starter. This is our 3rd time doing the sourdough starter, and I've always been. The last time I did it, I really tried to take it seriously. But after I got sourdough started. I had a good solid starter. The process of making sourdough was so, really confusing and a really super long-term process. And it's just not something that I really wanted to do. I recently came across this other video of what's basically a quick, no-knead sourdough using sourdough starter. So I said, well, let me give this a shot, because hopefully this will work out way better. So we'll go ahead and see how that works out. So after the sauerkraut today, we're going to be making shredded carrots with ginger, and we're going to be fermenting that as well. And then I'll show you guys downstairs in the basement something really exciting that I got going on, which is a ginger beer using sugar, a ginger syrup with sugar, water, and ginger. Plain water and some yeast, and oh, I'm so excited. I can't wait for that to be done. So stay tuned, guys. We'll be back at you, and we can't wait to have all this stuff done for today and then relax, but there's a lot of things going on today. Later. Okay, guys, so the sauerkraut's all done. I'm sorry I didn't take you right along the adventure of that, but basically I mashed the sauerkraut down. You saw the big giant bowl that was in there. Mash that down for about 10 minutes, and here it is, guys. All that cabbage fit right in here. Now, as you mash it down, you'll notice that it will start to produce a liquid. The salt is going to pull out all that liquid from the cabbage, and then you're just going to fill it up to the top there, In fact, I'll even unscrew this for you guys. And you're going to take a leaf from the cabbage, one of the outer leaves, and you're just going to shove it in there so that all the actual sauerkraut is down below that brine that you've made with the natural waters of the cabbage itself and the salt. So now, you're going to leave this to ferment, and you'll leave it to ferment 2-3 days. You can leave it for a week. A video that we watched about making sauerkraut said old timers say that it's not good until it's been 6 months. You do you. We'll leave it here probably for about 4 or 5 days. Like I said, we have done it before. We do like the taste. Fermented sauerkraut, if you've never had it before, it will have what's a fermented taste. It's not the same as store-bought sauerkraut, but it is so much better for you. There's going to be live bacteria in here that's good for your gut health. So really give this a shot. It costs next to nothing to make in just a little bit of time. Literally, it took maybe a half hour, and then you just got to wait it out for a couple days. You don't need to get these guys. These guys are basically little airlock lids. So as the fermentation process goes, gas is going to be released, and this acts almost like a one-way valve to release gas but not let any air in. You don't need that. You can just use a regular kind of screw top lid and just open it up every once in a while so that the gas doesn't build up in here and then you end up with a shattered jar. But that's it. Sauerkraut's done. Okay guys, so we're back with our shredded carrots and our ginger, the carrots and ginger ferment. Now, full disclosure, I got this idea, this recipe from Homesteading Family. I'll link to their YouTube account in the description of this video. And in her video, she uses 2.5 pounds of carrots, 2 tablespoons of ginger, and 2 tablespoons of salt. And just like the sauerkraut, you're going to mash it up. You're going to get all that water coming out, and then you're going to put it into a quart canning jar. I don't have 2.5 pounds of carrots. I have 1 pound of carrots. I do have plenty of ginger right here, which is a little bit more than a tablespoon, but that's all right because I love ginger. It's great stuff, really good for you. And then I'm going to just throw in maybe a little bit over 1 tablespoon of pickling salt. So there's 1 tablespoon, and I'm just going to throw a little bit more. The reason for that is, in order to produce a good brine for proper lacto-fermentation, you have to have a good ratio of salt to water, because you want to kill all the bad bacteria, but keep the good bacteria alive to allow for that fermentation process. So just like with the sauerkraut, I'm going to mix the salt in, mix all this in. I'm going to let it sit for about 10 minutes, and then I'm going to pound the heck out of it in order to get it into a 1 quart jar, which I should have no problem getting this into a 1 quart jar. But stay tuned, because the process of keeping the brine over the shredded carrots is a little bit different than with the sauerkraut. So stay tuned for that. We'll be back at you in a few minutes. Okay guys, so I have been mashing this carrot, ginger, salt mixture for about the last 10 minutes. So now we're just going to throw this into a quart jar. This will probably be not enough to fill up the quart jar, but I'm okay with that. I don't think it'll be, I think it's too much for a pint, not enough for a quart, so you're in this weird middle ground area. So just like with the sauerkraut, what I'm going to do, I'm going to use my little funnel here and just dump it in. And as it fills up, I'm just going to tamp it down with my spatula here. I just want to get that all filled in without breaking anything, which I'm very good at breaking stuff. It's something that I excelled at.
Oh my God.
So let's actually go like this. Beautiful. Get all that delicious carrot and ginger in there. Now, one of the things that I did notice is that this does not produce nearly as much brine or juice as the sauerkraut did. But I should be able to mash it down and then put a weight on top of it and pull the juice up above. And you can hear the juice in there, but it's just not coming all the way up to the surface. So I'll see if I don't have a little fix for that. This stuff is messy, by the way, guys. So I mean, if you're there's a lot of cleanup afterwards, but firmly believe with fermented foods, it's all worth it. I can almost see the juice coming up above. So, here's what I'm going to do. I have these little fermentation weights. So, I'm going to take a weight. And so it has a little grabby hold right there, but I've found that once it's in there, it's really hard to get in there and grab it. So what I do is I actually put it in a little plastic baggie. Like so. And we'll just zip it up, squeeze out all the air that we can, like so. We'll drop it in there. And smush that all down as best we can, so that that juice, you can see, is now riding up to the top. There's some little carrots floating to the surface. You just get rid of those. But you can see that now you have that brine all the way up to the top there. That's going to work perfectly. I'm pretty sure we're going to find out. Some of this is experiment, but you don't know until you don't try. You don't know if you don't try. So now we're going to get another one of our little toppy tops. Take the lid out, right into the ring. This is exactly what I did with the sauerkraut. And boom. And there it is. Carrot and ginger ferment. Again, 2-3 days. Going to sit down in our basement. And then we'll come back at you at that time for how we think it tastes. Okay guys, so we're down in the basement because I just wanted to show you guys my ginger beer right here. This is a ginger syrup made with water, sugar, and ginger. Then it's just filled with filtered water and yeast. So right now, I'm just letting it ferment to build up like a carbonation, and then it'll be done. It'll be a ginger beer. Now I have had the syrup with seltzer water that I bought from the store. It's delicious. This is the best ginger ale you'll ever have. So if you guys get a chance, make some ginger beer. It's delicious. If you want to see a video on me making the ginger beer, let me know in the comments. Let us know. We'd love to get new ideas as to what to make. Okay, guys? Guess what, honey?
What?
They reached the end of the video.
Oh my gosh!
Well, you guys, you can subscribe to our channel up here.
Or you can check out our latest video right here.
And don't forget to like,
comment,
subscribe,
and share.
and as always, keep growing. Bye.